This project, which quite frankly should have been completed 15 years ago, but was not funded, to get it to the point where very shortly southbound traffic will move as well as northbound traffic already is, and that's because have already opened the lane on northbound. So I'm excited to make that announcement that this entire project will be completed by year end, that the southbound lane will be opening relatively soon, that all of the work will be completed in the timely fashion that we promised it would. As I said, we've already opened the northbound lane and are finishing construction on the shoulders, with the southbound lane scheduled to open next month. Next month, folks. I know you're a little tired of the traffic, but that's going to be a significant change here in Norwalk. But it's also going to make a significant change up and down 95, south of where we are, as well as north of where we are, because that's what a chokehold this area has represented for the last 15 years since Exit 8 got completed in Stamford. If anyone could ever explain to me why they didn't immediately move to this project, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear a reasonable explanation, because quite frankly, there's no good one. We are currently spending about 42 hours extra time just because of congestion in the entirety of Connecticut on our highways and roads. But if you think about how bad the traffic is in this particular area, that probably is 2 or 3 times that for people who are commuting into southern Fairfield County or commuting just a little bit north out of southern Fairfield County. It makes a significant difference in the quality of life that individuals are experiencing. And it makes a significant difference on how far we can look to move firms that might want to expand their footprint outside of New York into Fairfield County. So this is an important long-term effort in the state of Connecticut. This little area of the highway that we're standing over or next to is seeing 140,000 cars per day, Monday through Friday, and quite frankly, the traffic on weekends is pretty darn high as well. It is an amazing point of contention how much traffic gets held up right here. But back to my 42 hours a week on average for working men and women in the state of Connecticut, the cost of that, the cost to our economy is $4.2 billion a year in wasted money. People talk about taxes. That's the largest undisclosed tax that we have in the state of Connecticut, when you consider that every working man and woman on average is required to give an extra work week to congestion in the state of Connecticut. It makes no sense, and that's why what we've accomplished in this budget is so very, very important. To dedicate a source of revenue that will allow us to double our expenditures in a relatively short period of time, and move projects like this up and down 95, up and down 91, up and down the Merritt and the Wilbur Cross, up and down 84, to spend money on our rail system and modernize that system is going to be a tremendous shot in the arm for Connecticut, not in the short term, because none of these projects get done overnight. But in the long term, we will finally be making the kinds of investments that our neighbors in New Jersey, our neighbors in New York, our neighbors in Rhode Island, and our neighbors in Massachusetts have been making all along.